All right, guys, how's it going? Andrew Gerard here. I'm going to do some major retouching here for you with the wonderful AI app called Retouch4me. So I've got my model here, Rosa. If you haven't seen my work before, I live in Vancouver, Canada. I'm a full-time professional portrait and fashion photographer. So these are the kinds of clients that I shoot daily. So I thought it'd be neat to do a retouching video, not necessarily for retouching skin as much as we're normally doing, because obviously Rosa is beautiful, she has great makeup, but retouching things like the backdrop. You can see here I've shot her against the wall in my studio, not a white paper roll, just for this reason. And also things like the white balance is off slightly in this photo. And I'm going to be doing another photo here for a completely different reason, because she has on this black top, and as you can see there's always little white flecks in here, and you often get this with cotton t-shirts and blazers and things like that. No matter how much you do the lint roller on it, you're still going to get this. So there's a special plugin I'm using today for that, and as well I wanted to do one with some skin tones. Now this shot, the white balance, I deliberately shot it. You can see she has a little bit of a greenish tinge to her skin, and Rosa does not have that tone of skin in real life. So let's start at the beginning. If you want to fast forward or skip to the next video for any one of these other retouches, that's fine, but I'm going to go through all three for you guys for three different reasons. So we're going to start Command J to duplicate the layer, and you could do every single one of these retouches on a separate layer. Today I'm going to do them all just on one layer to save time, and I'm going to open up Retouch4me. This is the AI software. We're going to start off with Heal. Now Heal is going to sense imperfections in the skin, things like little pimples or little moles, things like that. And even though, like I said, Rosa is a professional model and she has near perfect skin, it's detected this many little imperfections in her skin. Look at that. And it even got the hole on the wall there. So let me see, original, before, after, before, after. And it's so minuscule, guys, that you can't even tell. So I'm going to show you here. If you look on her forehead, you'll see a little fleck of sparkle here from her makeup right around this area. I believe there's 3 or 4 of them. There you go, there and there. And also under her eye here, look right here, and I'll go, this is after, before. You can see it's also got a couple little tiny little skin imperfections there. I mean, this is really, small things, but nonetheless, I'm going to press apply at the 100%, and there we go. Now I really want to go and see what dodge and burn is going to do here, because right under her eye there's just the slightest little dark spot, a little inconsistencies in light. And keep in mind, I've got a hard light on here in my studio right now. I've got a bare bulb flash and then a V flat in front to create the shadow image. So this is really tough on the skin, but like I said, she has great skin. So next up we're going to do dodge and burn, and we'll let this one run. And I'm editing this on a 13-inch Mac M1. So the speed might vary from device to device, but let's have a look and see what we got here. Perfect. I'm going to take this blend and put it up to 200% just for the sake of the video. As always, you can back it off. But look at that. Look at under her eye here, and look right on her forehead here. I'm going to go, that's after, before, after, before, after, before, after, before, and after. Fantastic. Going to press apply there. And since this is a fashion shoot, you can go a little heavy-handed with the retouching if you want. Once again, that's a taste thing. Next, I'm going to go in and see how the eye brilliance is. Now, this is a great thing. Rosa is from Panama, and she has the most amazing brown eyes that I love, but for this shoot, she had blue contacts in. So the question is, obviously the AI software is going to sense her eye and brighten them up. We'll just see what it looks like when you have somebody with colored contacts in, especially with dark skin. It should look amazing. We'll just let it render. And I don't want to fast forward and cut up the video, guys. I want you to see in real time exactly what the situation is for somebody like me that has to process literally hundreds of photos weekly for clients. Here we go. Let me zoom in here. Zoom in a couple of times up to her eyes. Fantastic. Before, after, before, after. Amazing. There's a little bit of fringing there I'd get rid of after, but let me just press apply on that. Wonderful. Look at that. Wow, what a difference. Look just from before, after, before, after. Now I did correct the white balance. I do want to see what the skin tone is going to do here. So let me go to skin tone. We do have this other shot still of her in the bodysuit. That's going to be the big test, guys, to see what the skin tone does here. But let's see. Oh, wow. So it has deepened the tone of her skin just a little bit without introducing any magenta really into the background. So this is after. I'm going to hold them before and after. Can you see that? I hope that the screen's picking that up. It just gives a little bit more of a magenta shift to correct that. And I might just lower that just a little bit here. And before, after. Yeah. Wow, that's really subtle, but does it ever make a difference? Anyway, you get the idea. I'm going to press Command E and merge those layers. I'm going to flatten that, and that one's done. So I'm going to move on to the next one here. This is a classic mid-length, just kind of portrait, beauty fashion portrait. And let's do a quick examination. We have this issue with the wrinkles in her shirt here, or in her top. Also these little white flecks. The jacket looks fantastic. I wouldn't want to get rid of those wrinkles. And then we have these little flecks coming off of her skin, probably from the makeup as well. So, and keep in mind, guys, this is not, I'm not doing a full retouch. If I was, I'd be doing, healing out some of this little hairs and up here and whatnot. But that, I just want you guys to see the Retouch4me plugins. So bear with me here. Let's go and Command J, duplicate that layer. And first thing we're going to do, go into Retouch4me, let's use heal again. And, there is a teeth whiten plugin here, but her teeth are blazing white already. She has the best smile, but we'll still check it out. We'll still try it out and see. All right. And let me zoom in here again so you guys can see. Wow. That's what it sensed. Amazing. So before, after, before, after. It's so small, the healing. I don't know exactly how it measures pixels by pixels, but it's just fantastic. Now there is some issue here. You see right here, around here on her chest, just below her collarbones, there's a little inconsistency in light. Could be the way she's standing. There is also a nice specular light here on her cheek, her nose. Up here in between her eyebrows, there's a little bit of a hot spot here. I think Dodge and Burn is going to absolutely do wonders on this. I'm going to do it on the same layer just to save time. Let's go in. And like I said, I'm not going to be editing, cutting, and fast forwarding this video. I want you guys to see in real time how long this takes on a 13-inch Mac M1. Not the M1X, just the M1. It seems like technology changes like every 3 months. I can't even keep up with it. So, but I will tell you that this technology of Retouch4me has sped up my workflow beyond what I ever could have dreamed. I never thought there'd be a day that these kinds of plugins would look this good without blurring the skin. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is great. So just as I suspected, here on her chest and on her forehead, watch this. Before, after, before, after. Let's start here. Take a good look right here in this space below her collarbones. Before, after, as well as under her eyes and right on her forehead. Watch that. Before, after, after. And I've got the blend up to 200% just so you guys can see this on YouTube. So here again, before, after. And again, this is a fashion portrait, so it can get a little heavy-handed. Okay, so let's go into fabric. And this is going to be interesting, guys, because we have some wrinkles here on her black top that I would like to get rid of, but I don't want to lose the nice texture and the wrinkles of her jacket. Because they're so defined, I think that they could look interesting. So let's have a look and see what happens. Okay, great. So let's take a look in a little closer here. I can see right away that right here, these wrinkles are gone and these are diminished significantly. So this is before, after. So I really don't want to lose all those ones in her arm. So I'm going to take this down a little bit here, and I'm going to go to the eraser. I'm going to jack the eraser up to the biggest size it can, And I'm going to go through here and just paint these out. Now, it does give you an option up here on the right, top right, to make a mask and do this on a layer. I just wanted to show you guys the option of using this this eraser here as well. So that's pretty cool there. And you don't have to be exact, super precise with this. I think that's good. So it's kind of flattened that top out quite a bit, which is great. Now, I want to show you guys one of my favorite ones. See her face here? It's beautiful, but I think we could get a little bit more kind of 3D pop, I call it, out of this. So I'm going to, let me go Command E here and merge these down. And I'm going to go in here and use portrait volumes. Now watch this. This is one of my faves. And before everyone has a heart attack that I merge the layers, this is not my final, this is just for instructional. So here we go. So watch this. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit, just to her face, you can see. So here's before, after, before, after. Look at that. So it starts shaping light around her face, and that's at 100. I mean, you do this to your taste. I'm going to crank it up so you can see. It starts to look almost cartoony or painterly at this point, before, after. But I mean, in the right circumstance, this is a really amazing thing to have. So that's way too much, of course. Let's bring this way down to like even less, maybe like 84. Yeah, that's great. I'm not crazy that it's on her jacket there. Like I said, you could do this in post. I'm just going to bounce that off of there. Perfect. And then apply that. So now, one of the last things I want to do here is I just want to check, because we had so much success with the skin tone last time. Let me go down and do this with her skin tone here. Oh, and her teeth, right? We said we'd whiten her teeth, so let's do the teeth after this. I don't think they're going to get any whiter. I think Rose is going to break the machine here. Wow. Okay, so there's original, before, after. Yep, so it just puts a little bit of warmth into her skin. I hope that you guys can see this. I'm going to go right up to her. I'm going to bring it down a little bit there, just where it starts to affect. Original, before, after, before, after. I see it on her forehead and in her cheeks quite a bit. It's not a green cast, but it's just a slight shift, and that looks great. It just adds some warmth, you know. Let me Command J here just to see what this is going to do on her teeth. There we go. Whiten teeth. And actually, if you want, you can just select out this part that you want to edit. Go to Retouch and do whiten teeth. So now it's just going to use that section, obviously, which makes it a lot faster, of course, because you're not having to sense the whole thing. And, oh my God, look at that. Okay, look at this one. Before, after, before, after. So, I mean, let's bring the brighten down, because this is like nuclear. And you know what? Just down a bit. Before, after, before, after. So, she's got pretty great teeth, but still, I want to see. Let's see. Command D to deselect. Let me zoom in here and go before, after. Yeah, it's so little, guys, right? But, I mean, it looks great, so let's leave it. Let's, just for the sake of the video, we're overdoing it here today. I wanted to go in and do her eyes, so I'm going to select out just her eyes up here, and we're going to go into Retouch4me. Now they do have eye vessels and eye brilliance. Let's use eye brilliance here, because she has colored contacts in, right? We just want to see the original, before, after, perfect. And I'm going to go there, Command D. And we have a before and after. Wow, I can see that in her eyes quite a bit, even from this size here. Before, after. That's really, really great. Those teeth are too white. It's the last one here. This is the one with the bodysuit. We're going to take a look at fabric to try and diminish some of these wrinkles and in the clothing. Now, this isn't a mistake. This is the way that the bodysuits fit. But I just wanted to demonstrate how fabric can actually diminish the wrinkles in clothing, but still making it look neat and tidy. And I think that that's the big key. So we're going to let it go through. Fantastic. Look at this here. I'm going to zoom in a little closer. You can see right here and up in here. I can tell right away this is after, this is before, after, before, after. So they're still there. It's just diminished them. It's almost like dodge and burnt them away, which is fantastic. I'm going to press apply there. We've already done lots of retouching in this video already, but I'm just very quickly going to go through here and do a heal. I'm going to press Command D and use portrait volumes on the whole image here. Portrait volumes. And we'll let that go through. Fantastic. Look at this. I'm just going to apply it at 135 so you can see the result here. Before, after. Before, after. And if I do the whole body, you can see the legs as well. It's such an amazing thing, the portrait volumes. It really pops the image and brings it to life. I don't think there's any more I'd want to do on this. Maybe her eyes. Let's go here and select out the face, guys. We're going to go to eye brilliance, and I think because it's a full length, we can really pop it up quite a bit. Before, after, that looks great. And I say that because this is a full length shot. Even if I was printing this, that would still be totally acceptable. Her eyes don't look like she's a crazy vampire or anything, right? And the skin tone, last one, I'm going to press Command J so we'll have a reference. Before and after retouch for me, skin tone. Let's take a look and see what it does. Oh, wow. Yep, that's perfect. Look at this. I'm going to go before, after. Just let me zoom in maybe a little bit so you can see right here on her cheek. Look at that highlight on her cheek. Before, after. Let me even bring it up more so you can see the difference. Before, after. It just adds, and in her shoulder, it's really noticeable right here. These things are hard to notice in the shadows sometimes because shadows naturally get more separated and specular highlights don't have much color. I'm going to press apply there, and we're going to see before and after. That's fantastic. I'm going to press Command D here, and on her shirt we've done the fabric, which is fantastic. Her face looks gorgeous. I don't think we need to do much more, but you know what? I mean, sometimes the best retouching is retouching that is the most subtle, don't you think? So that's the end of this image, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you'd like to see. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, please. I'm horrible at asking people to do that. And also, if you want to try Retouch4me plugins, I will leave a link in the description with a discount code of Andrew Gerard 25, I believe it is, or Andrew Gerard 20. And let me know what you think and what you'd like to see is in regards to future videos and retouching. Look forward to hearing from you. Have a fantastic day.